Marco, what was at the heart of the miscommunication on the winning goal? And is this team still struggling to grasp the system?
Yeah, it's a good question. If you look at the goal, yeah, I would say yes. The frustrating part is I don't know, we done it so many times. We talked over so many times, and in a certain situation when when you're under pressure almost, that's where we struggled the most. So yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
Did you think there was overcompensation by Charlie, or what do you think happened there?
Yeah, no, I have to look at it again. I just watched it quickly. Again, both guys want to do the same thing pretty much, and all of a sudden they got caught and end up in our net. It's not just there; it's just the way we played our wall too. Got to be smarter than that, but yeah, that's just one thing. I think when you give up 7, you can't win a hockey game. That's especially not us, and that's just happened too many times. Not 7, but we just give up too many. And long as we're not getting that under control, it's going to be hard.
Marco, multiple players just said they're embarrassed right now. How do you guard against this getting worse?
Yeah, no, we're all embarrassed, including me, and it's definitely not the way we want to present ourselves, especially at home too, and that's the frustrating part, because if you look at the first few games, yeah, we got sometimes a luck, but we all dialed in, right? We had one goal in mind, and we got the job done. And all of a sudden, we go on the road, and all of a sudden, and then it piles up, and it goes quickly. And in like 2 weeks, now we're in a big hole. And it's also normal when you lose a lot of games in a row that you tighten your sticks and everything. That's just, it happens. But those breakdowns in big moments, that can happen, or losing battles in our own end, that can happen, and that's pretty much a frustrating point for me, because we done it. Why not now?
Is embarrassment an emotion you can use, or do you have to shake that and get yourself in a different head place?
Yeah, no, we still we have a lot of hockey left, right? So we, as a coach, you always try different ways to get out of those kind of funks, yeah, we're gonna get back at it tomorrow, because Saturday it doesn't matter who actually comes in, but for me, Colorado is the best team in the league, so it's not gonna get easier. So for me, it's all about the commitment, I would say. From the whole group. Are we our lead team in this league? Probably not. But again, those breakdowns we saw today, that just can't happen.
How do you kind of find positives, or what positives do you take away even from a game like this? Because to have something to build on, or do you think there's not much?
No, we started really well. I thought we had a really good 10 minutes or 12 minutes. I thought guys were in. Was good energy on the bench. But again, we kicked ourselves with some bad shifts, and all of a sudden those bad shifts unfortunately end up in our net right now. And then I felt like, okay, here we go again. So that was my thought process, like just looking at them, my guys in front of me, but again, those few shifts where we had end up in our net, I think those are very fixable, and has nothing to do with system or anything like that. That's just individual effort.
I guess then do you change that oh no, that kind of feeling you're describing?
Usually it happens when you start winning again, right? Or you get a win. That's the easiest way. But you also gotta start doing it every shift, and not just 10 minutes of the game and then maybe 10 minutes after and then 10 minutes there. No, it's just not going to work that way. All right, guys are committed. Guys, I can tell you this: guys are working extremely hard. Most of the guys, and we're just not smart right now. And some guys also have to pick it up. So there's a little bit of combination.
Marco, when you came in, you identified key areas you wanted to fix, things you wanted to clean up, and now that you're a month into the job after training camp, now that you had a chance to look under the hood, is there more than maybe you realize that might have been an issue? Right? What have you kind of learned about this team last month that might be besides all that?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I don't want to get into too deeply on this one, but I knew there was work to do, right? I thought it would be more work offensively than defensively. That's where I'm really surprised. Yeah, we tweaked a few things system-wise, but still, I think it should be in our DNA. That's the Boston Bruins DNA, playing solid, good defense, and then we go from there. And now it almost we're the opposite, right? We're looking for a lot of goals and forget about our own. And so that part is tough to understand a little bit. Where's that coming from, right? But again, we learned our lesson pretty hard right now. So my job is to get back on track tomorrow and show them and teach them and work. We don't have a lot of practice right now. We barely practice, so tomorrow will be a good practice for us just to work on stuff we need to work on.
On that, prior to the season, when you were setting expectations, you didn't want to talk about wins or losses, but you said you wanted this team to be difficult to play against and difficult to play against in your own end. Obviously, over the last stretch, that hasn't happened. Why do you think that hasn't happened, and how do you go about kind of changing that beginning tomorrow?
No, it's a group effort. That's very simple. And again, we are not as elite as a whole group, and that's why it's even more important to go on the ice every time you step on the ice that you're one unit, right? And right now we're not. Let's face it. And again, that's something we have to change, because it's not just the mistakes, but it's also it's too easy right now for other teams, and that's what we have to understand and correct.
In this kind of a part of the season where the team's trying to stave off frustration and negativity, do you think it would be helpful to have a captain?
I don't know. It's easy. It's always easy right now. There's a lot of things we could have done different, but that's for me. That's probably the last thing I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking about the next game. I'm thinking about how to correct things and to get out of this hole.
Last one, Ty.
Marco, you said that some guys need to pick it up and other guys working extremely hard. How much longer do you want to give those guys that haven't picked it up to pick it up, be it in practice or games, before you start making some more perhaps drastic changes there?
It's hard to do changes. That's the thing, right? It's first of all, it's early in the year. There's a roster limit I have. Not too many changes will be made. You can tweak a few things, but that's about it. So I'm confident enough that this is the guys we can get, or we got to get out of it. But I don't think too many changes can be made. Let's be honest, right? So the guys in here, including me, the guys in this room, we have to fix it. We can't control anything else.